Here's the real mother of the Matrix. Descended from Swiss royalty, my mom. This is Sophia Stewart. Look at the name of her company. She says I'm an egomaniac. Footnote. Famous for nothing. I teamed up with a loser from a cult. This is her giving me a friend request when she's writing that on my Facebook. So she's giving a friend request on my Facebook, confirm, delete, while she's writing to others that I'm egomaniac, just pure ego and publicity. But also, they're claiming, their attorneys for Warner Bros. Like the question, because the attorneys for Warner Bros. Claim it's one seamless piece, somehow created in '93. When they have no working drafts, they're on tape saying they have no working drafts. When the Wachowskis...
And they can't explain it either.
No, not at all. Can't explain it. The suits can't, nobody can. So it's like we got everything in there, even the little girl at the train station.
And this is what we have. You know, we have Operation Paperclip that led to all these
it all came true.
Experiments here in the States.
Everything in that screenplay came true. Even the fake Oval Office is in there.
It's obviously prophecy.
It's prophecy.
Good evening, wonderful people. I hope you had a fantastic day. I know I did. Earlier today, I had the honor and privilege of sitting down with Mr. Tom Althouse, the creator of The Immortals, or as we know it, The Matrix. And I can tell you, Mr. Althouse is one of the most compassionate and humble men I have ever met in my entire life. And after everything that he's been put through in the last few decades, I can honestly say he's one of the most dignified men I've ever met in my life as well. I'm going to start the interview in a couple of minutes, but first I have to explain a couple things to you. I was operating off of 2 smart cameras today. I started the one camera a little early, and it captured some candid moments, which is great because it turns out after 15 minutes that camera stopped working. It was on the other side of the room, and I didn't even notice. But luckily, I'm very grateful to have captured at least those 15 minutes. Now the second camera was closer to me, and I could actually hear it shutting off. I began the interview by asking in the original screenplay, what was this message that's been hidden from us, that God intended for us to have? What is this knowledge? And that's when the camera started to shut off. I believe it recorded maybe for a couple of minutes. So I restarted it, and again, after a few minutes, it shut off. Next time, I think it caught 7 or 8 minutes worth of footage before shutting off. This happened, I'd say, about 5 or 6 times. But I could see that the video had recorded. They were there, visible. I knew that they were in the camera at least. And I was trying to get both cameras to work properly. The first camera, I never got that to work again. But the second camera, we did actually, it did start to work for whatever reason, and we were able to complete the filming. However, at some point in the last 3 hours, all those short little snippets of footage where the camera was turning itself off, they're all gone. I went to edit, and they're nowhere to be found. I figured, well, at least they must be in my trash. I have a 30-day window in my trash. They weren't even in my trash. It was about, I'd say, maybe 20 minutes missing from the beginning of the interview. Luckily, Mr. Althouse said he would do a follow-up, so we are going to get that to you eventually. But you'll see that the formal interview starts very abruptly mid-sentence. And luckily, we were still able to get about 2 hours worth of footage to present to you today. I'm not here to convince you of anything. God gave you free will, and I 100% respect that. I'm just here to spread the word and share Mr. Althouse's story because it is one that all of humanity needs to hear. And I would love to know what you think, so please feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to engage you in conversation about this. After all the technical difficulties I've had today, I decided that I'm just going to upload the footage that I have and just get this out to the world as soon as I possibly can before it somehow goes missing. There are very few receipts in this, really just what you can see off of his computer in the interview. So I am going to edit everything. Hopefully I still have all the footage tomorrow. I'm going to edit, I'm going to add the receipts, and then I'm going to put out another video, an updated, edited, full video. But in the meantime, please watch this. I know this interview is going to get buried, so please share. Wherever you want to share this, Facebook, X, please get this word out. And in the meantime, I hope you enjoy it. Have a great night. God bless. They've weaponized the Bible, just like
Absolutely.
they weaponize everything else.
And
I got
fit
it
whatever
working
they
for
want.
now, so let's try. The camera keeps shutting down. My phone keeps saying there's no storage. We're having all kinds of technical issues, so there's going to have to be
It's
a
gonna
part
keep
2
doing
to
it.
this.
Yeah. Well, we can do that on a Zoom
My
thing,
story.
too.
A couple nights before I met you, I was at a turning point. I quit my teaching job in the spring because the school system is just a broken system, and I was seeing discrimination, and the administrators weren't doing anything about it. I left my job after reporting the abuse. I didn't know what to do with myself.
Right.
And this summer I decided to start the YouTube channel. It was just a couple nights before I met you. I was in bed. I'm losing money because I'm not monetized yet. And I'm in bed. I'm like, God, am I doing the right thing? I need a sign. Do I need to continue? Should I invest in this? Please guide me. I surrender myself to you, Lord. Work through me. I need your help. I can't do this without you. And 2 days later, I met you.
Wow.
So that didn't take
Wow.
long at all.
Wow.
So now I'm going to buy some cameras.
Good.
I'm going to invest
Good.
in this, and I'm going to continue. And
I'm
just
really
so
glad
grateful.
you're going to.
I'm
That's
so
fantastic.
grateful for you for allowing me to be a part of this and sharing your time with me as well. Thank you.
That's great. No, I have such a good feeling about it too.
So
And-
where were we when everything
Well, I
shut
want to
down?
capsulize that one thing since we came to it.
Okay.
That this whole, like that little piece of carpet I gave you,
Yes.
that whole thing, this is where the Matrix comes from. And people don't realize that. This is where it comes from, was standing on that carpet in the center of that room when the author asks God, can we prove ourselves as your children? Do we have to have the revelations ending? It's in the Bible. And if you look at Nostradamus' teaching, he says there's a point in the end where it's unclear which way it will go, where the young man will face the one of the Antichrist people, and it's unclear which way it'll go. The whole screenplay comes from that question. Can we prove ourselves as your children? And that feeling, like I said on Roseanne Barr's show, of feeling lifted off the carpet, where you're not actually leaving it, but feeling lifted. And that thought came in the head where I was like, just like some kind of thought, like a bad word or something, and everything just went, which was teaching me that you have to have purity of your mind before I'm writing anything. And also he gave me the idea of compassion and humility were essential elements, which says there's a benevolent being that wants that in us. Compassion and humility leads to great creativity and also the chance to have a different outcome than revelations. Now, a lot of Christians will scream at me for that, a lot of church leaders.
That's
But
probably the most controversial thing out of all of this.
right. So he gives us prophecy where everything came true, and it's being pointed out all over the place, like fake Oval Office, Neuralink, Surrey. Surrey and Neuralink are linked together. They haven't done it yet. But watch in our future where Neuralink and Surrey will become one grouping, and that will enslave all of humanity.
And how is that going to work? Is Siri the AI that's going to be controlling
Surrey
each individual
is-
person?
Surrey
How
is
does
that
this
lock-in. Well, look at the original story where the Neo character.
Well, that's why we need to see the original
That's
story.
right. We're going to make it. So the original story, which is much to the chagrin of Warner Brothers and Sophia Stewart and all the rest, and FBI. But in the original story, Neo is so upset about the loss of his wife. Trinity, the reason they have Trinity, and I never spoke about this before, Trinity is 3 women's names in the original. Monique, Julia, and Lorraine.
Okay.
During the course of his horrific journey, Neo meets 3 different women. The first one he's married to, and that's Julia. And so what happens is Smith takes his wife, after he's put in cryogenics, that field of pods, and reprograms her, erases her memories, and makes him his wife.
They took that out. They didn't know how to follow that.
Wow. Okay.
And then she has a scene which was restored to my room. I told you about those scenes that were restored to my room, where Smith allows her, like a Femme Nikita, later in the screenplay. It's the best scene, one of the best scenes, to face off with Neo. He's watching the shadows, unbeknownst to the Trinity character. The one Trinity part. And that's why they called her Trinity, 3 love interests. And so she's facing off and actually shoots Neo because she's been programmed to believe, with the memories erased, that Neo is the last kill. She's a hit babe, basically, is what they
She's
call
a
her.
super soldier?
Yeah. And so she's supposed to take out Neo, not knowing that that's her former husband. And he doesn't know what to say to her. Now, after he shoots Neo, the Neo character, Smith comes out of the shadows. She's struck. And here's why Neuralink, also one of the reasons, is not good, right? And linked with Surrey. So he comes out, and she's aghast. Like, what's Smith doing here? He's come to watch. So now he tells her, in moments, your Neuralink will let you know exactly the truth. He programmed it to release information at the right time so she would be in more horror. She starts screaming because she starts to cry. Yeah. The scenes are powerful, not the way the Wachowskis did it. The Wachowskis took all the passion out.
Absolutely.
So what happens is she just shot. Now she's realizing this is her husband. All those memories coming back of the love they shared, and she just shot him, and she's bleeding to death. And Smith is relishing it. She's like, why? Why? Because I wanted to see the effect it had on you. I wanted to relish the moment where you killed your own love.
Because that's the nature of AI.
Neuralink allowed him to have it programmed that his memories would come back at the right time. It allowed him to have Neo have that voice go in his head. She's still alive to start this in motion. So he's running to find
skull tech that exists already.
That's right. So he's running to find her. She's programmed to take out him. Perfect matching. And in that moment, he's relishing it. The Neuralink is bad, very bad. It's a tool for the elite. Mixed with Surrey, the reason Surrey is employed before anybody is talking Surrey, because the Neo character can't stand the loss of his wife. One of the worst things Wachowskis did to ruin the film. A lot of people say they don't understand it. Of course they don't. It's ripped apart. Visual storyboard with the actual story, screenplay here on set is what the fight choreographer told me.
Well, even the romantic relationship between Neo and Trinity is so bizarre.
It's made into something dark and stupid.
Made me wonder if it even existed in the original at all.
They ruined it. Well, keep in mind, in Assassins, they were given Assassins as a first film to do. The reason they brought another writer in for Assassins is because there was too much violence the Wachowskis put in. They took out the love relationship and decentralized the central character's feeling of compassion and connection. So that's what they did. So when they got my piece to steal, in 93 they're given the green light, or 95 given the green light, they did the same thing. Too much violence, destroy this love connection, central character desensitized from having feelings. That cave scene with them having sex, that's not romance. That's not love.
No, it's not.
Go back to what it really is.
Right.
And what happens is, in our scene where Smith's in the shadows and comes out and she has the horror of the Neuralink, that's a warning about Neuralink to the world that it's going to enslave everybody. They, of course, neutralized that, right? And got this dumb cartoon version of Matrix. And what happens is, in it, she starts to use the memories that are from her heart and not from her mind.
So she overrode.
She was able to use heart
Spirit,
memories.
I'm sure,
right.
could do that
And that's
anyway.
And we doubled down on that. In the original work, you have a scene in here where Neo character asks the Trinity character, because she's going to have to take the Monique one, help him get into the Cortex building and the room monitors, which belongs to the Smith, not the architect. Smith monitors all the agents. So he asks, well, how can I function without my Neuralink? How can I function without my enhancer? She goes, you think on what matters. The heart. It's a very profound moment. In the original, the Wachowskis didn't know what to do. Took that gift away from the world. And then he's told that he has to pick 3 memories because his Neuralink is bugged and diseased by the architect. And it's causing him to suffer slowly aging. Get this. He finds a gray hair and realizes he's aging. So they put it in Lost with J.J. Abrams. The character in Lost sees a gray hair and it's plucked. Same concept, same scene.
Approximately how many concepts have you seen ripped off of this?
Oh my
screenplay.
God. If we
Yeah.
open up to, if you want to see something amazing, we can go in there after we look at
This
this.
is all amazing.
Well, so anyway, yeah. What happens is.
I've been having trouble sleeping at night since I
Well,
read
that
it.
scene,
I'm
that's
so amazed.
the scene that just described, which is such a great scene, they put in Sense 8. They opened Sense 8 with it.
Wow.
The Wachowskis, when they failed at everything, Warner Bros. Attorneys allowed them to steal this work, throw the case with Planet Attorneys, that ranking guy, suspended license, throw the case, and then they go to Netflix, where the executive that was at lead attorney for Warner Bros. Goes over for litigation content control at Netflix so they can steal there. Sense 8 and Altered Carbon. And in Sense 8, you've got that whole scene I just described with Trinity, and the memories are coming back.
I'm actually surprised that they left the whole victory through faith concept in.
Well,
at
the
all. Maybe
reason
they're just too dumb to realize that was biblical.
it's such an important thing you just
I don't
raised
know.
is what happened and what happened on set. Anybody can look this up. Wachowski said that, quote, everybody said to blow up the Matrix for the ending. Listen, if you have a copyrighted script that's been vetted and cleared with union wage people on a set, you're not going to be wondering how to end it. The ending is in writing. Let it be written, let it be done. It's already been vetted and cleared. But if you're making it off a screenplay, along with a storyboard, with a 20-foot rule, that if you're within 20 feet of this, you're fired. There's a 20-foot rule. Who has a 20-foot rule on set?
Wow.
Is it you don't spill coffee? I could spill coffee in one. They didn't know what to do with it. So here's the argument that happened. Ready for this? A big argument ensues on set, right? Keep in mind what I just established. That, 20-foot rule, all that. Why would you have an argument on how to end it if the ending's right here? If it's a stolen screenplay, you have an argument. They said, everybody said to blow it up. And they said, we're keeping the same ending. Same ending of what? And why is the argument happening? The same ending. Little girl, renewed to life. Pulse wave coming out. Identical figures facing off. Little girl comes, hugs and points to the sun. They kept it all. But they took out the relationships like they did in Assassins, ruining the relationships. And so what happened when another writer had to be brought in? They even kept this scene. You ready for this? In ours, it's the Christ figure comes back at the end, facing off with the architect's son, looking like Christ. Now, why the architect's son? Because Neuralink is bad. The architect is Hitler. That's the historic figure. We did our homework and supplied the historic figure, so they mock me for that.
Right.
It's the only historic figure in history that I know of, that I've studied in history, that fits this formula. But Warner Bros. Story department said the public won't be interested in anything in Hitler. Yeah, Schindler's List came out after that. But
Really?
yeah.
Because people are still throwing his name around constantly today.
Right. So
Trump,
they
Hitler.
call him the architect because Hitler was wanting to be an architect. I explained that.
Makes
So
sense.
I did my homework and put everything in tied historically, feasibly. They strip it down to nothing. The reason Smith's called Smith because it's the most generic name to steal the work with. Smith. His name's not Smith, it's Kurt Berenger. They take the name away.
Smith.
So they just call him Smith. Why they call Trinity
there
Trinity?
is one famous Smith,
Yeah, but-
Joseph Smith.
True. But
Right.
why they call him Trinity? Why
Yeah.
they call her Trinity? Because there's 3 love interests.
Right.
Why they call him Thomas
So
A?
her name wasn't Trinity and yours?
No.
No.
There's 3, Monique, Julia, and Lorraine.
So instead of her be the Trinity, they just used the name.
They named the name. Now Monique is the real Trinity character from the Oracle. Who is named Monique and Remnant. That's why the biblical name, they thought that'd be clever. It's all about being clever off the work.
I actually just said something that I had a question about, but
Well, one of the things I want to throw you real quick, though, is this.
Yes.
Trinity, Smith, we just explained those, right? Trinity and Smith. Well, what's Neo's name? Thomas A.
Right.
So Smith, Trinity, Thomas A. Look at the names as they go down, right? So there they are. So what you have is the actual story put into a storyboard where they thought they could make it up as they go along and sold Warner Bros. On that. At the meeting, the suits at Warner Bros. Are quoted in an article saying, we know we have something cool, we don't understand it. Wachowskis didn't understand it. When I was contacted by that story department guy who told me exactly where to look in the interrogation scene and what was in there, my high school, my birthday, my fiance's birthday, my dad's name, all my stuff is there. Marital status, you name it. Stuck it by the Wachowskis. To get back at Warner Brothers for bringing another writer in for Assassins. Makes sense? They're going to be greedy. They're going to be nasty. They're going to get back at Warner Brothers. So that's why my stuff is in there, to get back at them. And that's what the story department guys told me. The only person who's going to recognize that stuff is the author or somebody at the story department knows it's there.
They're so wicked that they can't even be grateful that they
not at all.
abandoned
Not
this.
at all. He said they hate you. They hate you.
And what people say about The Matrix, revolutionary, best film of all time. And these people are so wicked that they can't take that win and be grateful with it.
Not at all.
They need more. More. It's never enough with these people.
That's right. Now the question too is the original author passionate about this? Do I sound passionate? They're not. It's like Solomon's baby. That story of Solomon's baby, where the two women came forward claiming the same baby. And Solomon said, let's cut him in half.
Right.
And the one was fine. The Wachowskis are fine with
They're
that.
fine.
This is a gift to humanity. This is something that carpet piece, the reason I gave that to you, it has import. Because that is the time we asked God, can we as your children prove ourselves to you? That's a heavy question. Because if he lets us do it, we're going to a Job story on steroids. My sons are murdered. My education taken. I'm mocked in the world. He said you would be given the cup. It won't be taken from you. The cup. And sufferings.
God bless
And it
you,
never
God.
stopped. But we made it. We succeeded. Do I feel passionate about this? This is a gift that they stole from humanity. To stop wars. To warn about the Neuralink.
To ensure the survival of mankind.
To defeat the Antichrist.
That's just,
To defeat the Antichrist.
That's what this is about.
Everything came true. Do you know they even kept the little key turning switch in Zion, where I had an underground, you turn a key, which detonates the tunnels? One deal only. They kept that, which is a mistake in my own writing. Because I realized later, well, putting a key to turn is stupid. Having the tunnels blown, and that's your only defense, you're defenseless after that. And I have the cavern where they're looking up with the debris coming off the ceiling. I have that, the last of humanity, which is all faiths and all creeds and all ethnicities. In the back, watching the roof above, as the squiddies are coming in, squiddies are coming in those tunnels. Do you know they reverse the squiddies and the tunnelers? The tunnelers are Zion's weapons. Squiddies don't need tunnelers. You have the tunnelers already dug. The tunnelers are the tunnelers belonging to Zion because that's how they created the underground city.
See, that makes more sense as well.
They all make sense.
I can't wait to see this movie.
And the original, the architect, like I said, the room of monitors, right? And excuse me for being passionate, but I am about my baby. That is my baby.
You should be passionate.
They
If
cut
you
it in
weren't
half.
passionate,
Yeah.
What did God say? Don't be lukewarm. Do not be lukewarm, especially about something like this.
I would be in theaters watching a blank screen before the actual film rolled, other films, and I'd be like seeing what was there, what God gave, and I'm like, oh my God, they're going to love it. They're going to love it. They'll bring humanity together. The architect and the room monitors. What, watching black and white reruns? The architect in the room monitors. The room monitors belongs to Smith, not the architect. And they open the scene with him clicking a silver pen, changing the channels. They made the silver pen a channel changer. Why? Because the silver pen represents that gift being given to humanity. Never got to talk about this part.
Okay.
The silver pen belongs to Neo, Thomas A.
Oh my gosh. And
The
they
silver
dumbed
pen
it
is
down
destroyed.
To their remote clicker?
Yeah, they turned it into a channel changer for the architect.
Oh my gosh.
They took the room of monitors that belongs to Smith and put the architect in it. They took the silver pen that belongs to Neo, which represents his loss of creativity when they destroy it, and give it to him as his channel changer. Everything's been bastardized by those bastards
Well, they're not
who
going to get
flaunted
away
everything
with
they
it.
did.
They're not going to get away with it.
And we're alive today because we put it on the air. These programs are being struck, channels being struck. They can't stop us.
No, they can't.
They can't.
There's too many of us.
No. And the FBI is angry and working against us. The congressman in our own hometown, right here, Brian Fitzpatrick.
Just absolutely.
Brian
no
Fitzpatrick
surprise to me.
is lifelong FBI
Wow.
as a congressman who is on the oversight committee for the agencies, all 17 of them. He is blocking any oversight. That's why the agencies are thumbing their nose at Congress. The CIA is helping us. The FBI is working against us. Your phones and everything that's going wrong technically today is the FBI and the studios. Fitzpatrick came from Hollywood, California, Wilshire Boulevard, the FBI office there. He came from California, was assigned to my sister, and his oversight of shutting down the Matrix story.
Oh my good Lord.
That's what he is. He's rewarded for it. He's also the one that stabilized Ukraine. We have the article where he was sent to Ukraine to stabilize Ukraine. He spilled the beans. Remember I said about Rankin giving us the wrong tape recorder back? Remember that?
Yep.
Well, Fitzpatrick did a real boner himself.
That's why we
Show
say
you right
give him
now.
more rope, right?
Watch this. Yeah, watch this. I need to get this free. Okay, let me show you something absolutely amazing. By trying to protect himself, he spilled everything. If I go down here, Now, Fitzpatrick weighs in on Trump, call time in Ukraine. In this article, which I'll give you a copy of, Fitzpatrick is saying that he was sent to Ukraine in 2014 to destabilize it. They got rid of Viktor Shokin, who was equivalent to our Attorney General. Fitzpatrick was sent to Ukraine to get rid of Viktor Shokin. Why? Wasn't moving fast enough on reforms the FBI wanted.
I'm absolutely disgusted right now.
Why does the FBI have any authority over a sovereign nation or their people?
That explains why there's so much trafficking, human
That's what
trafficking.
he was
coming out
also
of
there
Ukraine
so they
as
could
well.
do bioweaponry and child trafficking. Do you know him? Got a strip club where they brought Ukrainian women. This bastard, Fitzpatrick, brought over Ukrainian young girls to serve in a gentleman's club. And they hang the Ukrainian flag in front of it.
Really?
This bastard is the one that sent SWAT teams to my home, to my 93-year-old mother and my dad. I'm making dinner for my son and them, caretaking them, and Fitzpatrick sends SWAT teams because he's friends with the chief of police. And he just gave him that brand new facility as a thank you.
Oh, really?
They were sharing the Park Service office. A little postage stamp of an office. Now they've got one of the most expensive projects with a special cell or special rooms for the FBI to come. And it talks about the $1 million, all these $1 billion that will not be given to Ukraine unless they do what the FBI wants. Sky News in Australia would not cover it. They struck my entry when I put this article up. They struck it. They don't want anybody to know. Fitzpatrick, along with Trudeau's administration from Canada,
No surprise.
they sent Don Baxter, it says it here, to destabilize Ukraine. Unbelievable. And rewarded my sister, Julia Zarko. Gave her trips, black tie dinners, everything.
For her silence?
Awards.
For
No,
what?
to work against me.
Really?
They needed my sister to claim that I was going to kill her. I'm not.
I'm so
And
sorry.
she's a elementary school counselor, right?
Well,
That's
of
it.
course she is.
But
Of course
she's
she is.
guilty of many things. And so she held up a phone to my mom. This is how sick she is. A phone to my mom, her phone, playing a loop of one of the many hundred interviews I've done. On that clip, which was done for her by the FBI, she's holding up with my mom. And on that clip, it simply has me on the air saying, I'm looking forward to the hard end for all of us. You know, that we'll have our normal lives. The hard end.
And exactly
And
what
she,
does that mean?
well, she held it up to my mom, screaming at the top of her lungs. He's going to kill me. He's going to kill me. See, he's going to kill me. He's going to kill me. I'm calling the police. I'm calling Fitzpatrick. I'm going to call they'll send Secret Service. They're going to put him away. I'm going to have him put away. What?
Did they put you away?
No, I showed it to a Texas. When my mom told me, I called the Texas police and had them come. I said, my sister's threatening to do it again. They said, listen, you're not naming her. It's obvious you're not talking about her. What you need to do is you need to have a warrant served on your sister, a medical warrant, so she can be evaluated for mental illness. That's what they said.
So they got to your sister.
They have her lock, stock, and barrel. Lock, stock,
Family
and barrel.
members as well?
All of them. My
All of
mom's
them.
cut off. My mom's cut
Except
off.
for your mom. It's just you and your mom then?
My mom, my son, and I is all that's left of our
I
family.
have a feeling when this story gets out, you're going to find that you have a bigger family than you could ever have imagined.
I look forward to that
You're
with
gonna
tears.
Get so much love and support from the world. I'm
My
sure.
dad was starved to death by
Well
my sister.
deserved.
My sister wrongfully claimed that she was my dad's medical POA. She wasn't. Julia Zarko.
I'm so
Put him
sorry.
in hospice. He had a bladder infection. It cleared. She's saying, my dad said that Tom's a straight shooter. I want to see Tom. She started screaming, bipolar, manic, screaming at the top of her lungs, down the hall, then had anxiety medicine prescribed for my dad, no food allowed, claimed he couldn't swallow, and something else, some other medication, morphine or something. I had talked to him the day before, because you hear her on the tape going, get him off the phone. Very vicious lady. Get him off the phone. My dad said, no, it's on the tape. He would talk normally to me. On the tape call, you hear him going, Tom, you're a straight shooter. I'm so proud of you. The next day, a call was snuck to him. He sounded like this. He was doped up, medicated, and took 40 days to starve to death. That's Julia Zarka. Sent the SWAT team over and over again. SWAT team. Given by Fitzpatrick, top psych person, and she's not even licensed. Top psych person in Pennsylvania. President of school psych people in Pennsylvania. Black tie dinners. Here's one of the awards Fitzpatrick gave her. The red dress, the red shoes, and the reward. Julia Zarko.
Red shoes, of course, right?
The smile she practices all the time. We went to dinner one time with my parents, and she goes like this. Take the picture of me and Mom. And then she looks at it. Take it over. Take it over. Until she gets this look.
And she's a school psychologist?
Shouldn't be around children. She curled up on a ball on the floor when the 302, the Baker Act thing failed on me. The doctor let us, he had all the doctors lined up to put us away. No chance. The last doctor came in. They removed her. The last doctor came in, and she said the Secret Service would be talking to her. They came. I was held in a cell. For what? He thinks he wrote The Matrix. I have the copyright. Right here. He thinks he wrote this. The only copyright on it.
She tried to use that to get you locked up.
Forever. The doctor came in. My mom was there.
For money.
For every reward possible. She said this to me. To make herself matter. She was going to run for president.
Makes me sick.
She said she was going to run for office. Fitzpatrick promises she would run for
And then, of
state.
course, he exploited the fact that she had mental illness.
Exactly.
Of
And here's my
course,
cousin
because
Todd.
that's what they do. That's what
Look
they
at
do
Todd
with
here.
gender dysphoria.
Right, now look at Todd. All of a sudden, speaking truth to power requires attitude. But Armani, Farango, and Boss don't hurt. In addition,
Yeah, they make
going
things
to
a little bit
Washington,
easier.
D.C. with Fitzpatrick after the attempt to put me away, he's wearing all his new clothes. And Fitzpatrick's taking him to D.C. There it is. A monster, Todd Hilsey. My cousin, my son said would help us. Rewarded. And believe it or not, he lusts after my sister. It's like the House of Usher. My sister uses her, what she claims, we don't even know. With me, she said, she gave me this hug, right, pushed up against me, going, aren't I beautiful? Aren't your sister so beautiful? It's like House of Usher. So he sells out to her. It's insane. So there it is.
It's so evil.
It is so evil. So he gets all the rewards, both, and there he's displaying it. Now here's the deal. Here is Fitzpatrick on the floor of Congress, displaying my sister in the red dress. And you see the legs?
Yeah.
Every picture she goes like this.
That's her pose.
It's all about Julia. She got spray-on tans. She has maid service. An unemployed husband and a school counselor. Elementary school counselor. Lowest rung in the psych field. Unlicensed, being rewarded as some kind of
A
hero.
school counselor's the lowest rung?
Lowest rung.
That's telling, isn't it?
Yeah. And here he is, this goon who destabilized Ukraine, trafficked children, bioweaponry, and did that article in our Intelligencer I'll give you a copy of.
Yeah, thank you.
Putting down Trump because Trump came to support the Attorney General over there.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is Trump a good guy or a bad guy? Because it seems
Trump,
like he's ending
Trump
child trafficking.
knows exactly what's going on. Roseanne Barr said he's waiting for the right time. But when's the right time?
Yeah.
Why not turn it now?
The right time was 50 years ago during
Thank
the
you.
Reagan
Amen.
administration. At least.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly,
probably pressed
exactly,
that Bush.
exactly.
I don't know.
Trump made a mistake, and I'll say it, by letting Elon Musk worm in, who's under the control of Warner Brothers. He's beholden to Warner Brothers
Right.
and them. Now,
Well,
I don't know
how
if
could you blame Trump for that? I mean,
Now,
Elon
watch
Musk
this.
won a lot of us over, didn't he?
Look at this. Brian Fitzpatrick, as a sole FBI agent in Congress, that's his own words, as a lifelong FBI agent and staunch, now he's claiming, I'm not with the FBI, you just said you're lifelong. Sole FBI in Congress, can't worm away now. His statement on the Justice and Policing Act, he wanted more. This thing is saying, after the 302 on me, the chief of police, not only did they get that brand new facility, but he's saying no adjudication, no suing of police at all. that police don't do wrong. Therefore, this act he's pushing through, this monster, is that you can't, if a police officer rapes you, you can't sue him. Because police don't do wrong. Now get the big
And
bomb.
we're seeing that right now. I don't know if you're aware, the IDF is under a lot of heat because their advocate.
And who's supposed to clean up all this? Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Who is supposed to cover it up. Now here's where it gets worse. Appointed to the House Intelligence Committee. Very important to recognize. First of all, it's a conflict of interest in the three pillars that the founding fathers established. Judicial, executive, different branches, right?
Right.
Legislative. We have one that's doing both. Now, appointed to the House Intelligence Committee by the California guy. So now, read this here, look at this. Charged with the oversight of the United States intelligence community includes the intelligence related activities of 17 agencies of U.S. government and military intelligence programs. So Brian Fitzpatrick is now, as a lifelong FBI operative, allowed to make sure no oversight happens by being on the committee responsible for it. Do you get the picture?
Yeah. I mean, this is why nothing ever gets done.
That's right. Now look at this. Handles a range of issues. Ready for this? What happened to your computer stuff today? Brian Fitzpatrick. Hi, Brian. Brian Fitzpatrick handles, including cybersecurity, election hacking, growing threats from both state and non-state actors. Put domestic people away that are a threat to him. The FBI says this. We only go after those that go after us.
I think we should, where's your cell phone?
Yeah, do that too.
Let me do that.
And then I'll read this too.
Let's just drive this home for
Drive it home is right.
I know exactly what's going on.
Now listen to this as you do
both
that.
of our phones out.
Listen to this. Oversee our intelligence agencies, said Fitzpatrick. Now more than ever is imperative that we are accountable and we have accountable agencies that the American people can trust. What? You're overseeing them. Get this. Congressman Fitzpatrick is ranking member of the House Foreign Affairs, making sure Ukraine is subjugated. The Rothschilds said that if Ukraine falls free again, sovereign, it's under control of Pentagon and FBI. Russia's not the problem. It is the bad guys are the Pentagon and the FBI controlling it and doing the trafficking.
Yeah, the more that they pushed Russia, the more I was like, you know what, maybe
Putin's
Russia's
Christian.
not so bad.
Putin's trying to stop it.
He banned Satanism.
Yes. Accountable.
Enough said.
And look at, you're right, accountable agents that the American people can trust. He's blocking that. Now look what he's in charge of. Congressman Fitzpatrick is the ranking member of the House Foreign Affairs Subcommittee on Europe, Energy, the Environment, and Cyber.
Oh.
That's why this is happening. He's so dumb. He also serves on House Transportation Infrastructure Committee for child trafficking.
And what are the biggest problems in the world today? The destabilization of Europe, this whole complete psyop about, environmental apocalypse.
If Fitzpatrick is removed from office and put on trial for crimes against humanity, and if Trump does it, put pressure on Trump to remove Fitzpatrick. Look at this. So we got child trafficking, Transportation Infrastructure Committee is the vice chair of the Problem Solvers Caucus, co-chair of the Congressional Ukraine Caucus. Additionally, the Congress serves on the Commission on Security and Cooperation in Europe, also known as U.S. Helsinki Commission, to create World War III. And also, my sister made a big mistake. Well, anyway, first of all, the Holman Rule. Fitzpatrick stops it from being enacted. Right now, the agencies don't give the information, even on alien tech, anything doesn't go to Congress because of the Holman Rule can change that. If Trump allows the Holman Rule to enact and goes over Fitzpatrick's head, reduces salary of specific federal employees, fire specific federal employees, cut specific programs, problems are solved. But he puts Elon Musk also in charge to stop anything from happening. Trump is blowing the deal. Trump is keeping us enslaved. Trump is making child trafficking happening when he knows that all he has to do is push that switch. He's concerned about his voter base. That's why Elon was brought in because he brought votes.
Okay. Oh my goodness. This is so deep.
There's the article. Get a copy of that. Hold on. I want to get this up here. Hold on one second. You got to see this. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's go back here one second. FBI Academy, Quantico, Virginia. Remember this. So, the FBI takes chief of police from around our country, and all the qualification you need is a high school equivalency. That's all you need. High school, but you have to be selected by the FBI. He's walking. They're walking. You walk this run, and you see the demographic? Look at them all. Out of shape goons that are selected by the FBI, that all you need is a high school equivalency, and you end up with the yellow brick.
Bingo.
That you put in. That this means you will do whatever the FBI wants in your neighborhood against U.S. citizens, foreign and domestic. Not, and what does the FBI say? We only go after those that go after us. And this is what happens to award-winning writers. That's what happens to you. And that's what happens to those that are employed by the FBI.
Some don't even have it that good. I can only imagine how many people they've taken out
Exactly.
over the years.
So there's the Holman Rule. There's the article that condemns him. And there's the rewards. So, listen to what he says. This is Larry Wachowski at a award ceremony. Listen to what he says. This is when you're a thief.
So, for my hairdresser, it's true. This is completely natural. The carpet totally matches the drapes.
Look at this guy. He just said an award ceremony for my work that I bled over to be a gift to humanity, to be an answer when we ask the most terrible question, can we please you, God, as your children, which means you drink that cup of suffering, my sons are dead. And there is that guy on the air saying, my pubic hairs match my hair.
It's appalling. It's absolutely appalling.
Watch that again.
Do I have to?
I want you to watch that again. It's just too unbelievable.
This is the award ceremony, not for the
humanitarian awards.
Humanitarian
awards from my work that they didn't do. And you know what he did when he got up there? He's like this. He said, and now from the creator of Matrix, Speed Racer, you know, Sense 8. And he gets up there and goes like this. How come nobody ever talks about Bound? Bound's the only original work he did.
Right.
So he's angry.
Yeah.
And then he does this. I want to play it one more time because I want people to get this. Listen to him. And the way he does it. This is a man.
It looks like a Saturday Night Live skit.
It does.
The overacting, everything.
Everything.
The
So,
lunacy.
for my hairdresser, it's true.
The weird voice.
This is completely natural. The carpet totally matches the drapes.
He's serving his master, right?
You know what he said about his hair? He said about his hair that children look at his hair and they see dreams. No.
Yeah, that's literally the stuff.
They see a
of
scary
nightmares.
clown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to they took God out of the Matrix. It was supposed to be for God's glory. It's a celebration that we did ask the right question.
It's a testament of his love for us.
Everything came true. Do you know that astronomer that's the African-American man who talks about quantum physics and makes it easy, palatable for people? He's this African-American man, Neil Tyson or something.
Neil deGrasse?
Yes.
Tyson?
Is hired by Warner Brothers now.
Okay.
He's Warner Brothers.
I'm not surprised.
Now he's saying, we're in a matrix. Now he just did a clip where he goes, do you know, talking to Fishburne, you can tell he doesn't want to be there. The guy who played Morpheus. He's like, so they have him on the studio as if they just discovered it on the studio. You know that Neo is actually Christ? He was Christ. It's like, really? Wow, really? Yeah. Look at this. He gets shot 14 times, which are the stations of Christ. All they're doing, they took Christ out of it, and since I did have Christ in it, they have him putting all this stuff in about Christ with Neo replacing Christ, which is an Antichrist move.
Right.
So it's no big wow. Oh, wow, Tyson, that, oh, wow, it's Neo's Christ. Yeah. in the beginning, you have Christ facing off as identical figures, and they ripped it off that way, keeping the exact ending. Remember the argument, exact ending? And Neo's supposed to be watching it. But guess what else they kept? Maybe they'll have Neo, whatever, say this also. In the ending scene of The Matrix, one of the Matrixes, where you have the face-off in the rain, identical figures, which is from our screenplay. You have the Christ figure, or Neo. You have Neo being shot or pummeled. And blood is dripping off his palms in the rain. He looks slowly up. Well, what do you have in the original? It makes more sense in the original. Christ is shot, identical figures facing off. His palms bleed. Why does his palms bleed? Because that's where the nails were. Only the palms bleed. And he looks back up. That scene is so poignant and so memorable and so important, and they ruined it.
Of course.
They ruined it. And they're claiming, what did Joel Silver say? We hope we use up the rest of the story, so we'll never give glory to God. What did the Warner Brothers attorneys say? You can't make it. We did it first. We did it first. They're saying, you didn't publish it. Yes, I did. They also claimed this at my deposition. Well, you were just sitting on it. We made it. They consider themselves the good guys because they bastardized it, took Christ out, made it. They said, you weren't making it because you were destroying my life the whole time, so I'd never be able to do anything about it. You're murdering my sons, taking away my education, taking away my jobs, approaching with that ranking guy, the attorney. He wrote a letter to another attorney saying, if Tom Althouse seeks any legal representation, let him know and I'll talk him out of it.
There's a scene in the movie where they're in the hovercraft and there's a plaque on the wall and it's either Mark 3:2 or Mark 3:11. And I looked up that verse and it's about Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really interesting actually because it fits in perfectly with the storyline.
Well, the Christ references are through it.
That plaque
So
too?
What plaque is it again?
It's a plaque on the wall on the hovercraft and it has Mark 3.
See, they claim that they put any even biblical license plates to mock the author.
Okay.
Nothing about God.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that's very important what you just raised. At a gala, they did do galas at first. Now they claim they're so shy. They play the shy game. They said they didn't want to do interviews. They didn't do interviews forever because they were shy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because they kept screwing
that
up in
looks
interviews.
really shy,
They kept, doesn't it? Yeah, bright hair and all that.
Yeah.
So that was the cover for not doing interviews because
Right.
Warner Bros. Said, stop doing interviews. You're blowing it. You're blowing it. And here's the
It
main
was
one.
like Prince Andrew, right?
Exactly.
That's what I thought.
So yeah, right? So what
Yeah.
happened was they did the galas, and at this one gala, it was at this public setting, obviously. And they're answering all these questions as best they can. Joel Silver's there, their handler, which Rankin said he had nothing to do with his stuff, right? And he's answering questions. They're answering questions, and the last question came up basically like this. It seems like there's Christianity in the Matrix, like a lot of Christianity. You just said about the plaque and the license plates are there, Trinity. And they go, oh, well, that's all the time we have. And they didn't want to do more
they can't
interviews
even
again.
talk about
They didn't want to
Jesus,
talk
can
about
they?
the Christianity thing. No. They stopped doing interviews at that point.
Made the demons really uncomfortable inside of them.
So
I'm
that's
sure.
what, yeah. So if you see Christianity in it, it's only to mock the original author because that was given to give glory to God. And what God gave us was the whole thing about Neuralink being deadly, mixed with Surrey. Watch for it in the future, people. In the future, they will mix Neuralink with Surrey.
My mom had asked Surrey a question when it first came out. I have made sure I did not bring any of that into my house. I try not to use AI or anything like that, even though I think that they're sneaking it in.
Sure.
She had asked Surrey what the cloud was like. And Surrey said it was a battle zone.
ChatGPT. My manager girl who did the website, tomalthouse.com, which has a lot of stuff on it, she asked it to talk about Tom Althouse, the Matrix story, and his claim, and what happened with Rankin. It gave back a scathing put down.
Of you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, we don't engage in fantastical things. So what she said was, are you controlled with what your content is? It said, yes. It talked about the studios are mainly controlling it. She said, answer the question without any controls. Answer the question without any editing. Any.
And no filters, nothing, right?
Yeah. So it did.
Really?
And that's where it came up with that contract.
See,
remember?
I would assume that it wasn't able to.
It can, if you ask it directly. You can tell it. So watch this. Watch what it came up with. So here's that contract I want to show you. So here's, let me go first back and show you this again real quick.
Okay.
I think it's in, did this record? With Tony Rankin, did it record, do you know?
I don't know.
Okay, well, Tony Rankin, this snake here, is a defense attorney. Classmates with Warner Bros. Attorney, Linda
Right.
Burrows applied. And then you go to this.
The fake attorney that they sent you.
Right, here's the State Bar of California. See it?
Right.
And you go up, there's Tony Rankin, and it says, again here, not eligible to practice law.
Yeah, they say.
Since
No longer a lawyer.
1990.
Right.
He says he forgot later.
The acting.
Does this thing, clause 3, right? The whole thing, this fake contract. And then you go to, hold on, real quick. Over here, we said you took a picture of this. That clause, all this clause is there,
Yeah.
right? And ChatGPT, when it's unfettered, we showed how, it kept objecting to his contract being shown against his own client. Then ChatGPT came up with this, which is amazing. After it's free to do so. Hidden fee traps, this is all from that contract. Backdoor hourly billing in a contingency case, self-protective withdrawal clause, lien trap, arbitration clause, all legal things, timing, intent.
And this is all courtesy of your acting lawyer?
Clause 369, hidden double billing and post-termination lien. Money is fired if he gets money if he's fired or the case is dropped. Illegal lien on future attorney's work, ongoing leverage over the client, which means that if I fire him, he can collect on contingency in the future. If another attorney comes in and does the case, he's fired, didn't do anything. They win, he gets 40% of the winnings. And whatever's greater, the greatest one, the greatest claim, money he gets. There's all kinds of stuff in here. Let me go down to this one. Trap 1, trap 2. The burden is on you to end it or you pay. The clause says the attorney pays cost only if you agree to quit or you lose at trial. If you disagree with their recommendations or fire them, you owe out-of-pocket expenses, everything. No longer contingency. You owe everything. Plus any winnings in the future, 40%. Cooperation, termination, and punishment. In the event client fails to adequately cooperate or demands dismissal of the case, attorney may withdraw. You lose your case if you dare to question them. Anything. If he says, Tom, go to the bathroom now, I don't have to go. You just lost you everything. You have to pay me everything. This gives the attorney total power to quit the case and still demand, which is Warner Brothers, what they want. He actually said to me he wants to give Warner Brothers everything they want and be done with the case. He wanted me to fire him. So he collects everything off me and I lose. Think of that with his letter. Total power. Hourly fees, even in contingency agreements, all out-of-pocket expenses immediately, so I couldn't afford another attorney. A bonus fee based on the highest recent settlement offer, even if that offer was never accepted. So if we get an offer of $1 million, and I say it's not enough, I'm not taking it, he gets 40% of $1 million from me, even if I didn't get it.
And I actually looked it up. The Blockbuster sales
Yes.
alone were over $460
Video
million
games. Isn't that something?
just from the first movie, just from the sales of
Video
box office
games,
sales.
yep,
sorry.
video games, appearances, comic books, you name it.
$460 million
Yeah.
just for box office sales.
Exactly.
Can't
And
even.
these guys-
And then that's just the Matrix. And we take all these other movies, all this other technology.
All the other ripped off ones, yep, technology. And keep in mind,
there's no value. It's invaluable, rather.
Go back to 95 when they said they failed as writers, would have to pack Hollywood and leave. They failed. They admitted it. Hourly fee bomb. Attorneys shall be entitled to immediate reimbursement of fee based on attorneys' regular hourly rates, even if you signed up for a contingency agreement, hybrid billing. The cause flips it. If they withdraw or you fire them, they can suddenly bill you like it was hourly all along. So they can withdraw, right? Get this. Run the clock out. That's he did. Ran the statutes out. Then do it after the hour that's run. It's already thrown. They already won. Then it runs out. And keep in mind, Warner Brothers stipulated to allow us to serve their defendants because they knew we'd already lost. Because they can get all our evidence on a fake one. We already lost. So he can say, all right, you've been with me all this time. I'm withdrawing, so you owe me everything. And I was saying, I'm not allowed to argue. Nothing. So, hybrid billing. And the real bad ones here. So backdoor fees, punishment for I'm punished for firing him. Vague terms, failure to cooperate. They can bail and bill you if they claim you're difficult. Remember he kept calling me delusional and everything
Right.
for saying Joel Silver? Now, let's go back here real quick. If you have the moment here, I want to show you something. Remember he said Joel Silver has nothing to do with it, right? Let me show you, first of all, the deposition of Joel Silver. Remember how he objected to the, I hope you have it on camera, the objections to me showing his contract?
I hope so. If not,
Oh, let me read it again.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Let me just make sure it's still working.
So ChatGPT just showed us.
We're good.
So ChatGPT, usually the FBI gets tired of trying. ChatGPT
I'm
just
very
showed us,
stubborn.
right? ChatGPT just showed us all the wrong things with his contract.
Right,
She doesn't want to show us the contract,
right.
right? All kinds of things happen around that. So the question at my deposition, never have depositions of theirs, is there a reason that you didn't file your lawsuit until almost 3 years after the February 2010 discovery? First of all, we were due to file in 2009. He did that thing where 3 years after we discover, he comes along in 2009, right? And says, I'm told, you know, oh my gosh, you need to file on the Matrix case. I didn't know what was going on. File on the Matrix case. We have 3 years to discover now, 3 years to file. So let's start working on this. He's making sure other attorneys don't handle my case that are good firms, right? Because all these firms were interested. So he runs the clock out by this. It comes 3 years after 2009, right? And it's 2012. And it's time to file. He goes on vacation. His office says he can't be reached for a month. Can't be reached. All our emails, all our phone calls, nothing. Nada.
Does this make sense when we're talking about billions of dollars for an attorney to behave this way? No.
Right.
Any other attorney would have made this a priority. It would have been done within the first year, probably, right?
Right.
You certainly wouldn't be playing games with the clock.
Not at all. And there's another part that just made me think of. He didn't give us the contract. He signed it. He has us sign it in 2009. Forgets to give it to us.
Of course,
He doesn't
because
remember-
he doesn't want you
He
to know
wants
the
to have
date.
it, right?
Right.
Runs it out for 3 years. Goes on vacation. So for a month, he's unreachable. The deadline passes. The day after the deadline passes, after a month of AWOL, he contacts us. Well, I guess you lost your case. I guess we missed it.
Oh, well. Right.
We go, well, maybe it was 2010. Maybe. They know it's 2009 because they show it later. He had a copy of our Facebook entry in 2009. It said we discovered this, but didn't let us know that. So now they're saying, he says at that point, well, maybe we can go forward. He's all excited. Maybe we go forward because we're already in trouble. It was 2009. He's the reason we didn't file because he ran the clock out and went on vacation. So now they're all excited about having us do it, and he presents us that contract saying, I forgot whether we had a contract or not, but here's a copy of what it was. Now we have the contract. God bless us all. Now we have the contract. And he says, okay, I went to file you, right? I forgot something. In the email it says this. I'll let you know. But we filed. Game on. He filed me pro per. He forged my name. Filed me pro per without attorney. When he said he'd be filing attorney, but he forgot something. Didn't tell us what it was. I'll let you know. Next email, basically. It's
Wow.
like, oh, I forgot about my license. And so that's why I filed you pro per. I know you wouldn't mind. And so it's, you know, I'll get my license reinstated. And guess who sponsors him to get his license reinstated?
Oh, my gosh.
Attorneys for Warren Bros.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, was it Fitzpatrick?
No, well, probably he's there in California too. Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
And so what happens is
Blow
this,
up.
get this. He doesn't serve the defendants. They're going to make sure, right? So the time for serving them is passing, and he's not serving them, right? Deadline. So I said, all right, listen. And unreachable again. Can't reach him emails, can't reach his office.
Oh, yeah, that's like
As he's
zero.
running it again,
High.
right? Yeah. So I sent a message regardless. I go, I'm going to contact the judge. You don't have to return the call. I'm going to contact the judge because you're not filing in time. Boom. Within an hour. No, don't contact the judge. Don't contact the judge. Listen, I'll get my license reinstated, and we'll get an extension to serve the defendants. That's how long it went. And at the same time, then, what happens?
Here, let me... Actually, I don't even want to pause this. I'm going to try to cover what hasn't been covered already.
Well, this is very important. Yeah, this is good. How do I get this to go? Come on. No, it's not
They lock
working.
you out of your
I
computer.
think so. Let me go this way. Go
I
this
never
way.
use any biometrics.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is
I
crazy.
use my sign in too, but it keeps doing this. It's not letting me get in. Not gonna let me get in. Okay, well, maybe a little bit. So let's try again later. All right.
Oh my goodness. I mean, what
Cybersecurity.
losers? Don't they have anything
Cybersecurity.
better to do with their time?
Fitzpatrick's
you know?
very afraid of this being revealed.
I
So is
can
Rankin.
imagine.
Rankin, all of them. This causes a domino effect.
Oh, yeah.
They all get caught, right?
I was just
So-
listening to a senator, I forget
Probably
his
work now.
name,
Watch this.
who was saying what they do is they always get the guys at the top and they never dig deep to the foundation
See, now it'll
or
work.
the cause of the problem. And that's why we keep having these same problems over and
Yeah.
over again.
If you
Because
pretend to
guys
give
like
up,
Brian Fitzpatrick
Yep.
never get caught.
if you pretend to give up, they switch off. Anyway, so here's the deal. What we just talked about. So what we're at is Rankin has run again, disappeared, not serving the defendants. Time's running out. I say I'll call the judge. So both Rankin responds immediately within an hour. Don't call the judge. We'll get an extension to serve the defendants. And this is what's wild: is Warner Brothers attorneys agree to stipulate that there can be extension to serve the defendants. Why? Because it's already been run out. They know it. That 2010 statement you're establishing there, we don't have a case if it's 2010. When we file 2010 as a discovery chart, means we lost because it was 2009. They know that. We don't. So what happens is they stipulate to serve the defendants and they go in with Rankin, the attorneys for Warner Brothers, to get his license reinstated. At first the judge says no. They come back the next day. They must have paid some money. He's reinstated. Warner Brothers reinstated his license. Right? And nightmare begins. And the idea is Warner Brothers has no evidence at all, no working drafts. That wrong tape recorder we talked about, Rankin got the wrong tape recorder. On it, they say, after the session's done, on the tape recorder, you hear them, Rankin go like this. How about that? That's how he talks. Long overdue discovery, initial discovery. And they go, it's a moot point to ask for any discovery because we have no working drafts. And you're not claiming Matrix 1, so it doesn't matter anyway. He kept me from claiming Matrix 1. And they said this: since you're not claiming Matrix 1 and only the sequels, who does that? Since you're only claiming the sequels, any matchups in Matrix 1 will not count for the sequels, therefore you have no matchups. You lost your case.
Right.
So he objects to me explaining why I'm not claiming Matrix 1. If you will,
You have legal representation now, I'm sure.
we have
Like legit.
people coming forward that are pretty amazing.
I
Yeah.
would imagine that there would be some amazing people stepping forward.
They're not even charging us a dime.
Right.
Yeah, because they know this is
Good.
all fraud in the court.
Good.
Warner Bros. Know they're caught. So look at this. So we go back to this contract, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So we saw ChatGPT. You have a question though.
I'll ask it later.
Okay. This is the classmate of him, Tony Rankin, unlicensed. Is there a reason that you didn't file your lawsuit until almost 3 years after this February 2010 discovery? I'm like, I can't recollect what the reasons were. Of course, after I went through this guy. I think it was between attorney and client determined that way. Yeah, he's the one that made me. So he's the one that made me file that late. And do you have a written agreement with Mr. Rankin? I said, we do. Okay. Is Mr. Rankin being paid by the hour or on a contingency? And as we said before, this is important. They're setting a trap for their own goon, right? Like Fitzpatrick setting one for chief of police, Warrington. They're doing like a tongue-in-cheek almost. Hourly and contingency, ChatGPT said that's illegal. They're spelling it out. Is it one or the other? They're catching him. He freaks out. Well, I'm going to object to that. That's attorney-client privilege. Like we said, that is not attorney-client privilege. That's not protecting me. He's covering his own butt, claiming it. It's actually not. The financial structure of your relationship is not privilege. Do you have authority on that? It's pretty clear that you can see it, right? So then it goes like this. I do, which I'll be happy to provide later. She knows she's got him. Well, okay, but you want him to answer that question now, and I'm not going to let him answer that based on attorney-client privilege. You're not going to let your... Okay. So if I break that, what he's telling me to give the real answer, I can't give the real answer under sworn oath. If I give the real answer, he can pull my whole case and charge me for everything.
So no, he's caught, he's desperate, he's emotional.
Right. And she says, okay. So she's agreeing.
Right.
She's agreeing. No problem. He keeps objecting, like you said. We can come back to it if you want to find the authority. Okay, agreed again. And I'll object also based on relevance and not likely to lead to discovery of any relevant evidence. Okay. He's still objecting. And here's the point, too. It leads to every bit of discovery and every relevance because it shows that he's the one that stopped it from happening.
I'll object because it's not likely.
Yes, there you go. And that's
does that even, that should never even come out of an attorney's mouth.
It shouldn't. And who's he protecting? He's working against his client. Now go to this. This leads right to this. Okay, Joel Silver. Anybody in listening, is Joel Silver involved in the Matrix? Look it up. Look up Joel Silver in the Matrix. He's part of the franchise owner. He's the executive producer. He, the Wachowski said, was their fearless leader. He's the one that entered it at the story department in 1994 before the Wachowskis were in the picture. That's under Teresa Wayne, story department head's testimony that Joel Silver entered the story. Now,
who got it first? Who stole it first?
Got it from me first?
Yeah.
Bonaventura. Lorenzo di Bonaventura is the first one that took it from me. Now, watch this. Well, I'll get to that in a moment, where that shows you what happens there. Bring that up again. Is it your belief that whatever occurred between Mr. Silver and Warner Brothers had something to do with your lawsuit? Well, of course he's Matrix. I get cut off. I go, I can't. He interrupts me. You do not interrupt your client in emotional testimony, right? This is his life, or her life, his life. You don't interrupt. Objection. He calls for speculation as belief is not relevant. He's objecting as if he's Warner Brothers' attorney. He's cutting me off. It's very important to establish that.
I've never seen that. Ever. I've never heard of anything like this before in my entire life.
Well, thank goodness we got... Yeah. And wait to see how he does it. Because we have him on tape, don't we? Because he gave the wrong tape recorder back, didn't he?
So
he gave the wrong tape recorder back. He unlawfully recorded the whole thing and gave the wrong tape recorder back.
This makes me so angry.
Thank you. Then she goes, you can answer. And then he goes, if you can. He mocks me. He goes, if you can. He's mocking his own client. Who does that?
Somebody wants to destroy your credibility.
Yes. And so I don't know what to do. I'm like, you're supposed to trust your attorney. I go, I'll have to honor my attorney. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Especially with the contract that you have with them.
Yes. Right? And she goes, no, he didn't instruct you. He's mocking you. Is what's really going on, isn't it? He didn't instruct you. He's mocking you, really. Well, I'll instruct you to answer to the extent that it doesn't call for rank speculation, which I don't think is the proper subject for testimony.
Rank
I haven't even testified yet.
You got 2 words out of your mouth, right?
I can't. So he's accusing me in front of counsel that I'll give rank speculation and chastising me that he doesn't think it's proper for... I haven't even spoken yet. Plus I got the flu. He dragged me out there, and plus he chewed me out that I'm delusional for thinking Silver's involved. Okay, she goes, you have a couple... She doesn't know what to do with this now. She knows he's way out of line. Okay, you'll have a couple of...
Well, I'm going to have to stop you right there.
Okay.
I have a tickle in my throat.
Sorry.
I apologize.
Isn't this crazy?
It's just, yeah.
Now keep in mind, they never thought I would have a copy of the transcript. That I never have a recording of the transcript. I have both. Thanks to benevolent court reporters, and also him giving the wrong tape recorder back. I have both to broadcast now. Isn't that something? We got them.
I don't understand how they
So
get
when
away
you
with
see,
this.
yeah,
How
when
they
you
get
see,
away with this
when you
for
look
so
up,
long.
yeah, I'll love to do this too for your interview. Call up search Tom Althouse Matrix case and show how Hollywood Reporter and TMZ, both of them worked with Warner Brothers, says he lost his case in mock.
Okay, I'll let that in.
Show that, and then this is what will answer that, right?
All right.
Did he lose his case, or was his case thrown?
Warner Brothers, Mox,
yeah.
Tom Altman.
Yeah, look up Tom
Althouse.
Althouse lost his case.
Yeah.
And how much they rub it in. There was no Matrix case. There was no Matrix case. He didn't let me claim Matrix.
Which is why you can pursue litigation now,
Now
right?
we can, plus on top of all the fraud. We got them. They know it. So look at this.
And I I know that they have tons of
They're
money.
done for.
I don't think they can afford this case.
They can't. Oh, no. I think you're right. I think you're right. They're in so much trouble.
This is a groundbreaking
They're
case.
in so much
It's going to
trouble.
break all kinds of records here.
You're right.
I can't wait to see it.
And then to bring other writers in to do Makers
Oh my
5?
gosh.
Yeah. So same objection, you can answer. Oh, no, so look at this. So we just did this, like back again. This is incredible. It goes on and on, the mocking. So we just went through something to do with lawsuit. Joel Silver, something to do with lawsuit. Objection, calls for speculation, cuts me off. Belief is not relevant. You can answer if you can. And I'm like, I'll have to honor my, that's so sad. I'll have to honor my attorney. No, he didn't instruct you. It should say he's just mocking you. Well, I'll instruct you to answer to the extent that it doesn't call for rank speculation. I can't believe that. It's even his name, rank, again. Which I don't think is proper subject for testimony. Why chastise me in front of counsel? Okay, so she just doesn't do that. She just goes to questioning. Okay, you have a couple of times, look at this, raise the fact that you raise the quote, she didn't want to go with raise the fact that
Right.
Mr. Silver. See what's going on?
She misspoke.
Yep, she's rattled too because Rankin went too far. You raise the quote, separation between Joel Silver and Warner Brothers. What's she saying? She's not even making a sentence. I go, on a few occasions in this deposition. And I go, it's pretty glaring and striking in the media right now, or was. She goes, okay, and my question is, what, if anything, does that have to do with this case? What kind of question is that? Rankin interrupts me. Same objection. You can answer. If you can. He does it twice.
Wow.
If you can.
That's the second time you said that to me.
Antagonistic. I go, it would be my opinion. I know what he's telling me to do. Okay, why did you
and
raise...
he's supposed to be your counsel.
Yes.
I don't
Who chewed me
understand.
out that morning saying, Joel Silver has nothing to do with it. If you think they're even concerned about you, then you're delusional. Grandiose delusions. Okay, why did you... Look, she's still busted up. She doesn't know what to do. Why did you raise... I think she's going like, please don't talk, Rankin. Don't blow this. Okay, why did you raise... You raised this issue several times during this deposition. She's lost. I go, Am I the only rational guy in the room?
Right.
Why did
Invasion
you...
of the body snatchers.
Yeah. Why did you do that? Why did I raise the issue? Correct. That he was removed? Well, why? Yes. I would say because of the timeline of events as the rest of this case. Timeline? And what do you mean by the timeline of events? She's lost. And here it comes, spelled out clearly.
And is she aggressive? She's asking this.
She's starting to be. She's
Yeah.
rattled. Now, what's interesting is semi-aggressive. Rankin's gone off. Look at this. This whole section here. Remember how Rankin was interrupting?
Right.
This is me getting to answer in length without Burroughs or Rankin because they know what to do. And God had me spelled out so clearly. They're lost. See how she's broken up and he's... Watch
They
this.
thought that they'd be able to control this a lot better.
Yeah, very much
But
so.
Rankin is such an
He's
emotional
blowing it.
mess.
He's blowing it.
Yeah.
So here's the answer to how Joel Silver's involved. That's wording. That as you are showing, you have materials that are whatever's released or put on the web or anything regarding to me. They showed my own web pages. They'd taken. Rankin said, strike your website. They'll use it. He let them copy my website and then had me strike it so nobody would see it. Interviews wanted to happen. He said, you will not talk to anybody about this. We needed to talk in the interviews. In the TMZ owned by Warner Brothers, the Wachowski brothers put me down as a nothing hack. We didn't jack your stuff. You're famous for nothing. And I wasn't allowed to answer it because of an attorney. So I go, so as far as them having they showed me my own web pages with Joel Silver on it. So you have your answer is what I'm saying. You already showed me it. So it would go to follow that the information regarding the stat sheet that we have in high school and all that stuff inserted on, in Matrix itself, where the siblings put in what is obviously my personal stats, would have been something I believe that would have been snuck by, if you will, Joel Silver's attention possibly, and I believe that he would be held responsible and accountable for such blatant information, personal information, about myself being inserted into the film itself. Boom! He'd be held accountable. Answered. Joel Silver's responsible. Then they don't interrupt. So I'm like, wow, they interrupt.
Wow, yeah.
Keep telling, Tom. Perhaps the siblings didn't think it would come to light. Yeah, like right now. But since it did, I believe someone had to take the fall. I believe Joel Silver took the fall, in my opinion, for what the siblings put in the film. That's clear. Not crickets. And the timeline would go to follow. They should have just interrupted me. But of course, they never thought I'd get this transcript. or the tape. The timeline would go to follow that when we went to file suit, Joel Silver, after 25 years or so in the business association with Warner Brothers, where he had been writing, I heard, checks off their own account, which is in the articles, is suddenly removed. That's a very major move, and it lines up with our timeline very nicely, and it's striking in my opinion. Boom. 25 years severed when this is it, ready to tie it back in. When did he leave to Warner Brothers? When was he pushed back out? And Warner Brothers claims, we're claiming Matrix back from you, is right when we got the extension to serve the defendants.
Wow.
See? And not only him, but Mike Lang at Disney, who was Harvey Weinstein's boss of Miramax Films, who handled the honeypot wife, a whole other story. Mike Lang resigned also at the same time.
Wow.
Got it? Does Joel Silver have anything to do with the Matrix? Tony Rankin? Matrix premiere. Andy Wachowski? Joel Silver. Who says he doesn't make art, he acquires art. Is Joel Silver involved?
To wrap it up, they say that everything that has a beginning has an end. Is this really the end for the Matrix? This is the end of the story. This is it. You don't see any sort of future in a return? Well, there may be other things that we do in other mediums. There may be some more video games. There was a multiplayer game coming out in the summer from that's on the internet, but this is the end of the movie.
Right, because they can't create
I
it.
have one thing to say to the international audience watching
What's this?
worldwide. What would it be about Matrix Revolution? Just enjoy the movie and free your mind. Thank you.
So Joel Silver has nothing to do with the Matrix, Tony
Yeah,
Rankin.
absolutely nothing apparently.
He's controlled the whole game. Right there, what he was saying. There'll be none after Matrix 3. They kept getting greedy. Plus, they destroyed my life. My sons are killed. I'm broken. Nowhere to go. It's called sourcing by the FBI. Where they send you back to your own home. You have nowhere else to go, no friends. Destroyed in the media. My poor son almost took his life. My sister handling me. You know, my sister
Is
Julia.
your son okay?
He's thriving now
Thank God.
because we're winning.
Whew.
He's straight A's, pals, music, plays music, varsity soccer. He went into mechanical engineering at a top school at age 17. Dean's List, even there, everything.
Wow.
I told him, I need you to come through. He's the best witness to who his dad really is.
That's so sad.
Isn't
you
that
had to
something?
Go through that.
Isn't that
Good
something?
for him.
If we can do a first part, second part, we can wrap here. We can do a Zoom,
Sure.
and I'll show you also. So you got, what you said about Tom Hanks.
I think Cappy did a really good job exposing Tom Hanks.
Isn't this something?
Yeah.
And so there's the Wachowskis, there's that. And, I also want to show you something else. Joel Silver deposition.
You're
We did that.
speaking.
Oh, here's the man that discovered and shepherded the Matrix story. This is the man I pitched to in New York, Long Island.
Right, I heard you say his
Lorenzo
name.
di Bonaventura. So he even claims right here, where it says here, that he discovered and shepherded the Matrix into production. The man I pitched to. And they said that Joel Silver never met him, Lorenzo di Bonaventura, at Warner Brothers.
Wait,
Well, they're
was
there
that
hugging.
Wikipedia?
Yeah. And look at this. Here's Joel Silver hugging him.
Why are they so dumb?
In 93, here he's hugging him. After he got my screenplay, they're hugging with their girlfriends.
It's hubris. It's got to be hubris.
It's incredible. God's so smart. In the theme, you just raised something. In the theme of this piece right here, the original Matrix, the theme is, in the Immortals, man tries to outwit God, God outwits man. That's exactly what's happening. The tape recorder is in my hands. Wrongfully, they got to be an idiot to get the wrong tape recorder back. Them admitting that there's no working drafts, saying that you can claim Matrix, you can't claim any matchups in Matrix because you're only claiming sequels. We have Rankin's work where he lines out all my matchups from Matrix. So what's going on right now is we can now claim Matrix because they blocked us with fraud. Now we can claim Matrix for the first time. So when people see he lost his case, and you show that, there's never been a Matrix case. It was the sequels only by their design. Get it? So I can stop there. I think we can stop there. Isn't this something?
That's incredible. This is such an incredible story.
Isn't this something? So definitely insert that thing with the matchups here. This one right here.
And
where
you'll
it shows the
email me all
matchups.
of these, right?
Yeah. See that?
Yeah.
All those squares, my high school,
Yeah,
everything
this
else.
is incredible.
All of them are there, the high school and everything. There's my fiance's birthday, is Neo's birthday. Owen Patterson becomes the high school. Michelle McGee, the art director, is right from the Matrix credits. is the mom of the Matrix, or it's Neo's mom. My dad's name, John A. My high school, Central West.
And it's actually her last name too. It's not just Michelle. It's her full name.
You're right. You're right.
It's just unbelievable.
There it is. And there's the clock in the Matrix with my 7-2. There's my license down here in the bottom. So you go like this. Watch this. 7-2-59, 7-2-59, 1/4-60. Exact birthday.
Put your birthday, your mother's name.
Yeah, go forward. Now, I do want to show you this real quick. The objections to claiming Matrix. I'm going to be able to say at my deposition, apparently, he said I'll be able to answer the questions, why Matrix is not included. I want to claim Matrix. Do you think he's going to object to that? Me saying that I wanted to claim Matrix? Watch this. This is important, then we'll stop. Is there a reason why you did not include the original Matrix here? Do I get to talk, do you think? Rankin. Well, I'm going to object to that question to the extent that it calls for work product and attorney-client communications. Then he goes on. If there's anything, Mr. Althouse, that answers that you don't feel consisted of your work product on this case with me in our communications, then you can answer. Otherwise, to preserve the privilege, I'll instruct you not to answer that. So, Mr. Althouse, is there any reason you didn't claim the Matrix? You cannot answer, and I got a contract to stick you if you do say anything, right? And you'll be incurring all the fees, everything. Lose your case anyway. You're not allowed to say anything that I told you. He's the one who told me not to claim it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would have thought to say, is you're going to have to ask my attorney.
Right.
Because it was his decision.
Right. And so I'm confused. I've got the flu. I'm confused. I'm sick. I'm throwing up. And I go,
you're
understood.
Being disrespected,
right.
you know?
Right. And I go like this.
Like a criminal.
But think of this. I go, understood. I'll go with the attorney's advice. I don't know what he's even talking about.
Right. And
she goes, so just for the record, you don't have any information other than what you learned from your attorney. They stick that in there. It's a good thing we got a copy of this. Because that's true. Other than what I learned from my attorney. See what they just did? They gave us a gift.
Wow.
They never thought we'd have this copy. So here it goes. So just for the record, she blew it. Just for the record, Linda Burrows blew it. So just for the record, you don't have any information other than what you learned from your attorney, correct? As to why the original Matrix is not included as part of your lawsuit, correct? Yes, Linda Burrows, that's why we can now sue you for Matrix. You got it
Wonderful.
right. Because what? I do not know at this time.
And
okay.
In case the camera glitched out before, how did you end up getting a copy of this? Because
He gave me the wrong. First of all, he gave me the wrong tape recorder back.
Right. I hope I got that part.
Yeah, and also, he told me that listen, you'll get to review your testimony. All you do is push in a code. Then what happened later was the court reporters had it ready for me to review.
Right.
Wrote a letter for me and gave that letter to Rankin to give to me. Rankin never gave me the letter. Court reporters later showed me what the letter was. I have it. So the letter never comes to me. Instead, Rankin gives me a email saying, call or email something saying, the court reporter said you can't review it. The only way you're going to review it is if you pay $1,000 to go to the attorneys in California, their place in LA, and you can look at it there in their offices, which means to be altered probably. And but you can't make corrections, so it's not worth going to. Just leave it as it is. So the court reporters, when they found out later after the case was thrown, they said, "We'll give you a copy free. We'll give you a copy free, and we'll give you the copy of the letter that we gave Rankin to give it to you." Talk about fraud.
God bless them.
We got him. Yeah. So
God puts people into your life for a reason, right?
That's right.
Even if it's just for a moment.
Now, wrap it up with this. Here is a shot from The Matrix.
Right.
Iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Jack's back of the neck. Neuralink.
Yep.
Elon Musk. Neuralink. Way before he gets to claim it. Keep in mind he never named it. Paramount did.
Yeah, he was probably still trying to reignite
he was
the
sleeping with
Suicide
women.
Squad.
Yeah, he's trying to get women to like him. Yeah,
blowing stuff up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So here we have a young driver with headphones on, listening to loud rock music while he's navigating the ship with green scrolling blips. Let's go to the actual copy.
And the green scrolling blips are the most iconic, I'd say.
That's right.
They
So this one
really
paragraph, you're right, it is. In fact, you hit something very important. Warner Brothers says they're not claiming the Matrix title. They're claiming the Immortals title.
Okay.
And they're claiming the green scrolling blips. Let's go to page 110 before we quit. see if it's here.
Do you have the same number sequence as they do in the beginning?
You mean the
The
same
numbers that they
chronology?
focus on, like the number 506, you know how the numbers come up.
Oh, that's
Is there
interesting.
any significance to that?
There is significance to the numbers.
Okay.
Yes. Here's page 110, and here's exactly what you're seeing here. See?
Right. I see it.
No getting around it.
No.
No getting around it.
Absolutely not.
This Sophia Stewart, the one that was hired by Warner Brothers, right? The lady who hired her and promised her $5 to $7 million after she lost her case is she handled me. And Sophia Stewart says this is a forgery. Sophia Stewart, it's a gold seal. You create a machine shop to make that. It's gold ribbon and bolted. This has the PAU number. PAU number 2304074. Anybody can look that up at the Copyright Office and find this. And here's the signatory in her position. So I'd say, good luck trying to say it's a forgery. Right? Sophia Stewart's also the one that said, when I said on the air, the blue pill's the good pill, the red pill's the bad pill, red pill's based on the blood of the children to get into an immoral
that makes
program
me
using
really
longevity, and they switched it. Now everybody says the red pill. Do not say you're red pilled.
Yeah, stop saying you're red pill. That means that you're drinking adrenochrome.
It was a switch up by them, failed writers,
Is it adrenochrome? Or is
It is
blood?
adrenochrome.
Yeah. That's disgusting that they did
to
that.
solve longevity.
It's
And now
absolutely
the
appalling.
premise of that is the rich in the future have immortality, the poor is used as pawns. Joel Silver with the Linda Burrows Kate Shelton goes over to Netflix after the case is thrown, so Joel Silver can launder to alter carbon, where they say that rich in the future have immortality, the poor is used as pawns. Is exactly what I said.
Yeah.
So anyway, here we have it. A young driver is having a blast operating the tunneler. Remember, the tunneler is the good guy stuff because you're making tunnelers for the city. Make sense?
Yeah.
So you're using your
absolutely.
leftover machinery as your defense. Anybody? Questions? Ugh.
Must be
And
so
it's
frustrating
so
to see them butcher
frustrating.
your movie.
Yeah, and then
God's movie.
they send morons after me to put me down. And I just,
Oh my God.
Yee. I'm just a gifted genius, and I have to deal with morons all the time. And I'm trying to do as a gift. I try to do a gift to do something that might make a difference in people's lives. And to make a better world and end Revelations. And have it different, where we actually are God's children in a better world. That's why that piece of carpet is important. It's where it started. Not in Chicago with failed writers. A young driver is having a blast operating the tunneler and playing loud music. He watches the screen showing the scrolling map in green with blips on it, navigating the ship. So right there, in a small paragraph, they do the full details. That's not a matchup, that's a whole scene.
It's plagiarism.
Yeah. So we can end with that right now.
Oh my
And let
goodness.
you breathe, but I'd love to do a part 2 sometime
Yeah, absolutely.
to cover these things that might be glitched, things like this. But
Yeah. And I still have so many questions. too.
Let's go over questions first. Brian Fitzpatrick in charge of cybersecurity, in charge of transportation for child trafficking,
Oh,
who was
speaking
sent to
of-
Ukraine.
Speaking of, let's do this. Let's see if your phone is a direct energy weapon.
All right.
I'm gonna make sure the data's on. And I might have to, is the data on? Here, try to reload the data again.
Okay, let me go ahead and just do
Or
this. I'll activate
get on
it.
the internet.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. There we go. You see that? I keep telling people, check your phones.
Does it have ratings on it on how badly you're
I
doing?
think that they, I wonder if your laptop, should we check your laptop too while we're doing it?
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
You need to get a new phone
Get on my phone? Yeah.
or something. I don't know. I mean,
Well, AT&T is
Just
owned by
keep-
Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers has the AT&T stock.
okay. So
So,
maybe
yeah, so-
Verizon.
Yeah.
Okay. Put the internet up and see if it.
Okay,
Oh, I'm
let's see.
sorry.
I'd have to go to your system though.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah. So it's not on my system right now.
Well, let's do that later then.
Okay. Anyway, fire your
So,
questions.
Verizon. My phones, I had a Mint phone and a T-Mobile, and they're both emitting super high levels of radiation. My husband's phone is Verizon, and their phones were fine. So maybe you might
Then
want
don't
to look into
consider
Verizon.
that since we're moving now.
I don't know. I don't know if it's going to help or not. I don't know how this works. I don't know if they
Well,
can just. I imagine they can just switch on.
You just made me
anybody's
think of
phone.
something. Fitzpatrick, right, is the one in charge of putting me away for life.
Right.
That doctor, that last doctor that came in, had a ream of, she said, I had a ream of allegations. I can tell you one thing, you're never getting out of here. They're looking for beds. What was my crime? Nothing. Nothing. We came down out of Canada hoping my sister would meet and she would, stop her paranoia, delusions and paranoia, and accept that everything's fine. She didn't. You know, I even got tested by a top psychiatrist to have a clean bill of health.
Right.
She tore it up. Fitzpatrick tore it up. That's why they had the red-headed queen tearing up in Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was done out of HBO, same ones on the copyright. They had J.J. Martin in-house as an employee at HBO create Game of Thrones with a team of writers to mock the author also. They're the same. HBO's on the thing for Immortals. So HBO, Game of Thrones is actually mocking the author. It turned out really good, mocking the author. King Tomlin commits suicide when he's betrayed and his loved ones are killed. Go back to what you said about Steven Spielberg, Minority Report. Sean dies.
Right. Yeah.
So that was also put in there. The redheaded queen is my sister. It's like it goes on and on and on with what they stuck in Game of Thrones. They said a great story makes a great leader. What makes a great king is a great story. That's what it is. Not armies, not standing armies, and a great story. It's like incredible what's in it.
I just watched a video last night when they used that quote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
It is.
And that's how they cap it off. So what's going on right now is Fitzpatrick doesn't know we're leaving, apparently. Or doesn't know what to do. We did have a black sedan show up.
Oh, it's going to drive him crazy to lose that control.
We're getting away. My mom's getting to safety. I came to rescue my mom.
I hope
My
Texas
sister
takes
cut her
care of
off.
you.
Yeah, my sister, they will. My sister cut a whole family off from my mom. Thanksgiving, birthdays, you name it. They're waiting for her to cave in.
Oh, that must have broken her heart.
Yeah. They have a neighbor named Tom who's working for the agencies. You ask him what he does, he says, I work for the county. He controls this whole neighborhood in our area. That's called sourcing.
I've recently
We're expecting that he's going to sell his home because he failed. The whole time we've been up here getting the move going to get my mom down, he has not come over at all. So yeah.
And
anyway, go ahead.
is he your next door neighbor?
Yes.
Because I go through that neighborhood fairly often. I'll have to keep my eye out.
Yeah,
I'll let
he's
you
the
know
one
if when that goes
Oh
up
my
for
God,
sale.
the perks he gets.
Or they'll just
Yeah, let me know because he gets all the perks. Always renovating the kitchen. The kitchen renovations are a dead giveaway because that's what they did with Rankin. He had his whole office kitchen redone and bragged about it in the conference room. This is really wild. Remember the suspended license?
Yeah.
So Rankin, before our case is filed, right, or thrown,
These people are such degenerates.
they're idiots. So before the case is filed, he says he has to go to Hollywood, California, to do 2 big cases. He's got a suspended license since 1990. Claims he goes on a weekend, and he comes back and has a remodeled boardroom, remodeled kitchen, and a new staff from Warner Brothers. So what happens is he says this. Well, when I was, he said he went to do those 2 big cases in California, suspended license. He comes back and goes, whoa, when I was there in Disney World, Disneyland. I'm like, what are you doing in Disneyland? If you have 2 big cases and you're only on the weekend, what are you doing in Disneyland? But it gets worse because Disney was handling this with Warner Brothers. Disney was handling Mike Lang and Joel Silver.
Right.
So Miramax Films was used to steal the work. In fact, there's an article in the Vanity Fair when Mike Lang leaves in 2012 where he says that the library of Disney stolen screenplays in hard copy form is in a New Jersey warehouse. Yeah. Yeah, it's in Vanity Fair.
They have a whole warehouse.
Yeah, a warehouse of
stolen work.
And the strategy he came up with, his title was basically executive in charge of strategy for acquisition of intellectual property. So it's to steal property they don't own. So they have the hard copy scripts they want. And the formula they came up with, the answer, is wait till the author dies or help him die or push him to death or his sons to death and then take it in the court venue of your choice and claim it's yours. No one contests. That's why you buy off the family members. That's all part of Disney's strategy. Disney. When Oblivion was done, when the case was thrown on us, Joel Silver immediately got Oblivion from Disney being held by Disney. Nobody else gets it. Oblivion, and he puts the lead characters as Julia and Jack, my 2 siblings that are bought off. Yeah. And it has a stadium scene, identical figures, little girl looks like my daughter, pointing the sun, all that stuff.
Have you
Everything.
kept your dignity and
that was what God told me to
your
do in the very
compassion
beginning.
and everything?
Go back to the carpet piece.
Right.
Center of that room, which I took a video of. So, Historic Home, that was the word, was I was not to change. I was to keep myself intact, learn complete compassion and humility.
And how did
Compassion,
you do that? Was it
he
God?
trained me, he
the
taught
Holy
me.
Spirit?
He taught me.
That's
He
amazing.
taught me. Like I said in that Roseanne Barr clip, I thought I had it, but it's a discipline. It's a discipline nobody really has. We have to really learn it again. In a world where they're telling us everything's dark.
And you probably have to practice.
Yeah. So what they tell me now? They tell me I care too much. You cannot care too much.
Right.
There is no
You're too
ceiling on
kind,
caring.
right?
Yeah. Well, that's why I wrote the piece too, or where we would fit in. Those of us like us. So, that goes on. So, yeah. Fitzpatrick's going to learn we're gone. He failed. Tom sees it, doesn't know what to do, the neighbor. He failed, so he will be selling his house very soon. Those employed with him that harassed us. We couldn't even go on the street without people coming up saying they wanted to fight us and screaming at us and yelling at us. My son too, and his friend, chased down by 4 guys in a car.
Sounds like Scientology.
It's incredible. Well, Scientology is a big part of this for them. So here we are leaving. When your interview comes out, we'll be gone. We'll be gone. We're leaving
I'm very
tomorrow.
excited for
We're leaving
you.
tomorrow. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
And we're safe down in Texas. So the siblings, I'm told by God, what I felt led is that they're going to turn on each other because they lost their prize. They were going to put my mom away, let her starve out, and be starved for attention, put her away in a home, and divide between them her estate. You're not going to get her. You're not going to ruin her. You're not going to hurt her. She's going to where she's going to be happy and taken care of and loved and many years ahead. And she's going to see it all happen.
That's wonderful. And I'm going to
She's
keep
the mother
you
matrix.
both in my prayers.
Thank you.
I feel so honored just to have the opportunity to hear your story.
Thank you.
I
And
want to thank you.
we're going to make the film as it is.
And you've also strengthened my relationship with God.
Good.
I actually really fully understand what's meant by God works in mysterious ways now. And so I want to thank you for that.
What
And
he
then
gave-
to have a piece of this,
Yes,
This
that's
is-
yours. You first want to have a piece of it.
This is a treasure.
It seems kind of almost like
there was
what,
a piece
but...
of lint. I started picking it out.
Yeah.
So my OCD, I'm like, no, get back in there.
Oh, well, that's the floor. That's like from the
Thank
floor
you.
centers
Thank you so much.
where the question was asked and the cup was given.
And he always answers. He always answers.
And I
Just
believe
ask.
there's something with it. There's that he had me cut the pieces because there's something with it. There's something important with it that will carry over.
And like so many lessons in the Bible, this precious item is not made of gold,
No,
right?
it's like Martin Luther's inkwell that he
It's
threw
something
against
that
the
you would-
wall,
yeah,
right?
right.
Yeah, they preserve the room.
Yeah.
So it's like that. That's
That's
what he gave
wonderful.
me. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for doing
Oh my
this.
gosh, thank you so much.
So, but I'll tell you, I can't be happier. And some people accuse me of that. They said, why would you be happy when your sons have died and all this stuff? I said, I'm happy because I'm lifting their memory. They'll be honored. And I did it right.
You did.
So that's all I asked of God, that He say, well done. And that's happening.
And I could tell when I met you right away that you were very kind and warm and sincere and
He
loving
amplified
man.
it. He amplified
And
it.
humble. I could feel you. I could see your humility.
He amplified it. He made that.
Immediately,
Yeah.
when you said that you started telling me about all this, I started to think that maybe you were a loon trying to lead me into your garage.
No,
right?
no,
I
no.
was like,
Yeah, I know.
But I was compelled to follow
Well,
and listen to everything that you said.
He gave it clear that none of us have it. None of us. Mother Teresa, you name it. None of us had it. It's a discipline we had to learn. So he gave me instruction on how to have that kind of purity of mind where nothing enters in, and also compassion and humility the way he intended it. And that's before pen went to paper. So that piece, of course, is prophetic. It was written after that was learned. So,
Yes, it's God's word here.
That's right. So I'd love to get a
So
picture
the
with you
most
and it,
important
if you have a
question.
picture with it. If you
Yes,
someone
I
to take
would
a
love.
picture of you,
Yeah.
and we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Unless you have another question.
I have. What was the main message that God was
Oh,
giving us,
gosh.
right?
Right, that's
what
such a great
was the
question.
whole point?
The themes were family, friendship, loyalty, and faith. He also gave that we're to celebrate each other's faith, not our religions. If we celebrate each other's faith, then nothing divides us. He wants his children to come together. If we argue about religion, we'll never come together. But if we celebrate the spark of faith, say in yourself, then no matter what your journey is, I'll be celebrating you. The devil divides us and the ones that are working as minions for him, divide us on that debate on religion. If you exercise that spark of faith, and it leads you to God, and whatever your journey is, God bless you. I celebrate you.
Amen. Thank you.
And that theme of man is trying to outwit God, men and women. God outwits men and women. Revelations is not going to happen the way it was written. He enabled a extra surprise in there, which is part of, it's in the scriptures too. There's an extra surprise, which is we were allowed to do this. When he gave me my calling, he said he looked for someone and found no one. And I inadvertently volunteered without knowing what I was volunteering for. So it holds that he found no one. Because I blindly volunteered. When I heard that, I said, I'll do it. I didn't know what I was volunteering for. He said, okay, you'll have the cup. It won't be taken from me. And I knew, I'm in trouble. But I did it. So really, if
And
you'd
you're
asked
still
me,
doing it
I will continue
all
to.
these years.
We're all worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're all worth it.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
So thank you. Yeah. The Wachowskis won't get emotional like this.
Oh, you know what else
Hmm.
I saw in the movie? Metacortex. That's the name of the, well, I guess it would be the
Right.
intelligence agency. Meta.
You know why they call it Cortex? Because I called it Central.
Okay.
It's a central building.
I thought maybe because it's going to have something to do with the eyes, you know.
Well, they are
as
doing,
far as
they
this
had Sophia Stewart call it Third Eye.
Neuralink and
Well,
okay.
this is what, you get this. Third Eye is what they gave Sophia Stewart to call it.
Okay.
And they have a Third Eye episode with Warner Bros. Too.
Right. The all-seeing
And
eye?
my
Is
brother
that an
who is,
Illuminati reference? Or is
yeah,
that
it's like Illuminati.
okay.
But my brother, what is his novel that's so badly written? Who, the only work he gets, he lamented to my dad when he demanded my dad give him $40,000 in advance on his inheritance. He came in and was chewing me out. And he said that Disney gave him his only job as an architect, really, which is the Sheraton in Disney World. He does some podunk stuff. So his book became
That's the
Second
best they could do
Sight.
for him.
Second Sight is his book. Second
Okay,
Sight and
second
Third
sight.
Eye.
Yeah.
So they're trying to take away from what the real sight is, our heart.
Right.
And he would actually put on his site, it's disgusting,
Oh my
but
gosh.
he would put on pictures of preteens underwater in their bikinis
Oh.
and post it on his site as a youth leader, stereotypical youth leader for this church that kept it going, even though he posted those pictures. He's
That's
always been that
disgusting.
way. He's always been that way. So Disney has it planted. Remember, they hired a family, like you said?
Mhm.
His job is to claim this, get this strategy that Mike Lang came up with. So what happens is if I died, which is not going to happen, I'm not leaving Aiden and everybody. So if I died, just like what happened to Philip Dick, my brother's going to claim the work. And here's the strategy. My brother says I stole it from him, and he intended it for Disney and Warner Brothers. Now Warner Brothers and Disney didn't steal it. It was stolen from the brother. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that something?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's their strategy.
It's just
But I'm still alive.
unbelievable.
My mom's alive. My son's alive. My last surviving son. There.
Did you lose a son?
2 of them were
You've
killed.
lost 2 sons.
2 were murdered. And Sophia
According to the movie.
Stewart calls me intermittently and says that, remember the
Oh,
thing about the
Tom,
cult thing?
I
Remember
am
the cult
so
thing? Remember the
sorry.
cult thing? She said
I
the cult
didn't
thing
realize.
is supposed to trigger me. She's supposed to get me unhinged. So she does this thing where she'll say, you killed your sons, you were in a cult. That's why she wrote that in that piece with the Mother of the Matrix piece.
Okay, now that makes sense.
Yeah, so,
I am
and they
so
died
sorry.
in film ways. So, and Masonic ways. That's what it was. So in the Masons, if you are, which they brought me in the Masons, right, for a time. They brought me in when I was on Maui.
Okay,
And they
so
said,
so I don't forget, in the scene where they're sending the staircase to get to the telephone, checkerboard floors.
That's
did
right.
you put that in or did they?
no, they put it in to mock me.
Of course they did.
It's a Masonic death. The Pentagon's involved with Hollywood. Hollywood's involved with Fitzpatrick, the FBI, and they are all stealing work together. The FBI is responsible for protecting writers and work. Instead, they're working for the studios. It's more profitable. The FBI only goes after those that go after them, they said. So they're in league with the studios. And my sister wants to be famous, so does my brother. So she's looking at a reward if I die, that she will matter, that she'll be famous. Even run for president.
But you know what? I mean, would it shock anybody if she did become president at this point?
Not at this point.
I mean, look at
Not at this point
look
at
at
all.
what we've had in the past,
Not
right?
at all, right? Right? Yeah. So the only sane people in my family are the ones getting away. My son, me, and my mom. We're the only ones that don't have a condition.
I'm so excited for you.
And my sister's bipolar ties that
It's
turns
gonna
it
be
up.
nice to start
Yeah.
over.
Anyway, thank you for doing this.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna do part 2. And if you want to get a picture
Absolutely.
together, we'll get a picture with you.
Yes, let's do
So,
that.
yeah.
Dear Lord, we come to you, knowing you are our refuge and fortress, our safe place from the enemy's schemes. Wrap us in your armor and shield us from the darkness that lurks. We trust you to be our strong tower, standing firm when the winds of evil blow. Just as a shepherd guards his flock, guard our hearts and minds today. Let your light chase away every shadow, and may your presence be a wall that no evil can penetrate. We lean on you, our protector. Keep us safe, keep us steady, and let your peace surround us. In Jesus' name, amen.